Hey guys, it's Drakhl. And today I'm bringing you something special. We're going to look at my very first Minecraft world, the first world that I ever made. And I'm going to show you my house, my mine shafts, and my first mob trap that I ever made. And also my first redstone creation that I ever made. This stuff is like really nubbish and basic, so you're not going to see anything special, like amazing in this video, but it's kind of intended for laughs because I look at all this stuff now and I laugh my ass off seeing how much of a noob I was back then. So yeah, I did get a new mic if you didn't notice. It's quite good. The only problem is going to be you're going to hear me doing some typing and clicking, but that's okay because my voice comes through much more clearly now. I do like it. Alright, so let's get started. This is my entranceway into my castle, and this is the first redstone creation I ever made. Yeah, it's actually still pretty cool now that I think about it. It's just a trapdoor drawbridge. The idea was if I'm running away from mobs, I can just run over here real quick and bang, and they're dead. Probably should have put pressure plates or something, but I didn't even know what a pressure plate was back then. Let's see, what else do we have here? I was going to make it go all the way around, but I didn't understand how repeaters worked. Yeah, didn't understand how a lot of things worked back then. And then I built this, the ditch around the house, because the first night that I had, a creeper blew out a chunk of my house, and then I realized I needed to have defenses. So I built this huge ditch with cacti. I didn't understand how torches worked with mob spawning, because you can see all this bare area with no torches, so no wonder I had so many mobs coming and trying to kill me. But you learn, you live and you learn. Isn't that the saying? But we're gonna go, I guess that's technically the first mob trap I ever made, but it wasn't intended as a mob trap, it was just intended to defend my house. We're gonna go inside now. And what do we got here? This is my first house I ever made. I originally built it out of out of sand. And I think there's something in the Bible about a guy who builds his house upon the sand. Well, I built my house out of sand, so what the fuck does that say about me? None too good, I don't think. And then I realized when that creeper blew a huge chunk out of it, sand is not the best option. So I built the outer wall with cobblestone for a blast shield. Excuse me. A blast shield. Then I made an inner blast wall here around my chest and stuff. And it also serves as a dual purpose, like a walkway to go to the back door. And then I realized I could put a fence there, and that would stop the mobs too. Yep. So that's what I did. What else have we got in here? And I spent so much time trying to creeper-proof this house and TNT-proof it. I didn't understand I could use water or lava and that kind of stuff. But that was so much fun back then, just simple things like that. This is a lava pool I use for lighting and aesthetics. And here's a lava fireplace I made. I thought this was so awesome when I made it. Like, oh wow, all my friends are going to be totally impressed when they see this. I use it as an incinerator for the most part. I got my windows. That's a really nice view actually. We'll go take a look at what that is in a bit. I never really put anything in this place. I never quite finished building it. And you notice that there's a separation here with the smooth stone and the cobblestone. I didn't even know you could make smooth stone for the longest time until I got up to like this level, and I said, oh wow, you can make smooth stone. But I never went back and refinished the rest of the castle. Here's my balcony, and these are half slabs, and they're a firing step. The idea was I take a bow and I shoot at mobs down there, so that was kind of cool, and I still like that idea. I might have a balcony or something in one of my new creations somewhere, maybe with a firing step with dispensers or something. So that's more or less my house. Now we're going to look in the basement down here, and these are my first mine shafts, and I labeled all of them. So I remembered what the hell everything was, and I had like shaft A, shaft B, shaft C. And I labeled them all with elevations, and this is the first one I ever dug. This thing is huge. I can't believe I spent so much time making this, but it goes on and on forever. Not forever, but it's big, it's huge. I didn't even light it properly. When I go by now, like, I look at the parts where I didn't light up, and it just OCDs me out, and I have to like put torches down, like right here and over here. So yeah, this is how I used to mine before I understood branch mining. I can't even imagine how long this took me to build. Alright, so we're gonna look at the other ones. So this is after I learned about branch mining. Pfft, what is this? Backwards stairs. Oh my god. Ugh, that drives me nuts when I have unlit areas now. Not that I'm not going to play this world again, but it just, I don't know. It's my Minecraft OCD acting up. So here I started branch mining, and I have different elevations on the shafts. And I numbered and I guess I lettered them. And I didn't used to mine redstone. When I looked up what redstone actually did, because I thought it was useless for the longest time, I said, wow, what a waste of time. Why would anyone use that? Why would anyone make circuits? That sounds so stupid. Well, look at me now. Yeah, this is lava behind here. I thought I was being kind of clever. Lava is hot. Yeah, so I have all these different shafts. Shafts A, shafts B, shaft C, you know, all that sort of stuff. And now it looks kind of crap because of the new update in 1.8 when you're near bedrock level, everything gets dark, so it doesn't look as cool as it used to. You used to be able to watch, see these shafts like extending on and on and on. Shaft A, shaft B. It's a lava waterfall over here. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. I haven't been here in a long time. This is a pretty old world. Alright, so those are my mine shafts under my base, and we're going to go take a look at the my first mob trap, I think. So this is my first ever mob trap. I don't even know what to say. I thought this was like high-tech shit when I made this. That it was like innovative and I don't know what the hell I was thinking. There's pretty much no spawning pads. There's no place for the mobs to spawn. I figured that they would just spawn out here and then fall in and go down to the trap. Oh, I'm such a retard. I didn't understand how mobs spawned back then. I thought they were like fixed locations where a whole bunch of mobs would spawn, and, like sort of underground mob spawners that you couldn't see or something. So that's I saw a bunch of sheep and cows spawning over here, so I'm like, oh, it's a perfect place for a trap then. That's what I did. I just made these huge water canals that push all the mobs into the very center, and then they go down. I dried that up, but there used to be more water there that would push them down into the trap. I mean, the trap worked. It did work, but I mean, I would get like maybe one mob every minute, if that. So it didn't work out too well, but at least it did kill them. So it was a learning experience, I guess. Oh, and this is the first drowning trap I ever made. Well, no, okay, the first practical drowning trap I ever made. And you'll probably recognize this from Season 1. This is the same kind of trap I used in that huge mob trap in Episode 5, I think. And it was fairly deep. And it was enough to kill most of the mobs. I was still having some issues with some of them falling through. So that's why I made the traps bigger and bigger and bigger, as taller and taller and taller as I went along. But that's pretty much the trap that I used in Season 1. And this is where I built the prototype. And over here is the killing room for this trap. Down here. And the idea was the mobs get pushed in here and they get pushed against the glass. And they suffocate, basically, because there would be falling water on top of them. So it worked kind of well, but it was it didn't work too well for the one-high mobs. Like pigs would get through, squid would get through, spiders would get through. So yeah, it wasn't 100%, and I didn't really understand how to build mob traps back then. So as you can see, I didn't get very much loot at all from this. I got a lot of squid. That's about it. And there's a mine shaft down there. Oh, and this is a tunnel back to my base. So, alright. What else should we look at while we're here? Yeah, I was one of those people that didn't cut down the trees. I just hate that. I would just leave them sitting there. I didn't know that if you cut down all of them, the leaves would go away. So I said there was like no point in cutting down the last bit. Oh, this was a cactus farm that I made. And I found something over here that I totally forgot about. After I started watching Etho's videos, and I mean, Etho sort of inspired me to do my own series, so and also I learned a lot from his videos, and I decided to make I started making a trap that was kind of based off of, you know, his spawning pads and whatnot. So this was the trap I was working on. Never really completed it, but I was going to cut the spawning pads here and have canals, and they would push you or push them into you know, my traditional drowning trap that you saw in season 1. And this was a little observation room for testing purposes, and the idea was the canals would push the mobs down here, they'd fall in down to the bottom, they'd drown, and the loot would come out here. And yeah, that was pretty cool. So that was like my first modern trap that I never finished. While I was working on this trap, I think I started playing on that server where we have season 1. So I transitioned from this world into a multiplayer world, and I started doing videos. So this is right about the time when I stopped playing this world. So that's that. And we're going to go take a look at something I was working on also that I never finished. And it was going to be like my lake fortress. I don't know what I would call it. But it was basically built on top of a lake. And it's going to have this really awesome this really awesome minecart track that would take you to it. And it's a pretty long passage here. But yeah, this was like my big building project. I thought it was going to be so cool. And I've really gotten away from building, you know, aesthetics and building things that look cool. And I've moved more towards the technical sides of, you know, using redstone and building traps and all that sort of stuff. But I'd like to get back to it, and that's why we're doing the Dwarf City project in my Let's Play, because I really want to build something that looks nice for once. And this isn't even centered. I think I was going to build this 4 wide, if I remember. But yeah, this looks kind of cool, I think. Probably should have made it a smooth stone. But the floor and ceilings are going to be made out of glass. So, kind of cool. You can see the water underneath. This would look really cool in like a 1.8 world because of the, you know, the depth of the ocean biomes. That would look really cool. This is actually pretty deep for a 1.7 world. Yep, so that's my island fortress that I was working on, and this is the causeway that takes you to it. It took me forever to build this because I didn't understand what sneak was. I didn't know about the sneak key. So when I was building like this sky bridge, I was literally falling off like every 10 blocks. Such an idiot. Hey, Mr. Pig. I think this is a TNT crater. But yeah, what else can we take a look at while we're here? This is where I started to learn about redstone. I was trying to do that trapdoor thing and extend it past 15 blocks, so I was trying to do all sorts of crazy shit with repeaters. I didn't really understand how it would work. What the hell is this? Oh man. But yeah, so my first steps with redstone, more or less. And this was like a squid aquarium kind of thing I kept around to spawn squid in. And there's like a little fountain here. I thought that was kind of cool. I never quite finished it. Lots of stuff that I never finished in this world. You know, because I had so many different ideas. Wow, this looks like so terrible. Oh, what was I thinking? It does seem to catch mobs though. Even after all this time. So I think that's about it for this world. It served me well. I learned a lot here, and maybe one day, I don't know, I still have a lot of nostalgia for this world, so maybe one day I'll load it back up and finish what I never finished. Maybe. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to cut this video, and I'm going to start working on the water entranceway for my next LP episode. And I've done a lot of TNT mining of the Great Hall area, so things are progressing. It's going to be a lot of work, though. It's going to move somewhat slowly. But I do want to get at least enough of it knocked out so I can start making the side rooms. Because I have a lot of cool ideas for those, including I'm going to make like a pub, you know, a beer hall with. I'm going to see if I can make working beer taps. That'd be pretty cool. Obviously, I'd be using water or something, but I think that'd be a really cool idea. Alright, so I will see you guys next time. I'm going to try to get that LP video out. Maybe tomorrow, but probably more like Monday. So we'll see, and I will see you guys next time.